Yemen's Houthi rebels group launched an unsuccessful missile attack on a Singapore-flagged commercial ship in the Gulf of Aden on Friday, continuing their escalation of tension in the region. The attack targeted the bulk carrier Propel Fortune, but did not hit its target. The vessel then continued on its way, according to the US military's Central Command. US officials said early on Saturday that the US Navy, Allied warships and aircrafts had shot down 15 bomb-carrying Houthi drones in the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea. A ship carrying desperately needed humanitarian aid is expected to set sail this weekend from Cyprus to Gaza. The Spanish vessel Open Arms is due to use a newly opened shipping route, but as there is no functioning port in Gaza and shallow waters, it is still unclear whether the ship will be able to dock. On Friday, the US revealed details about a highly anticipated floating pier to be constructed in Gaza to allow mass aid inflow. According to the Pentagon, the installation could take 2 months and a workforce of 1,000 US military troops. But the Pentagon has stressed no troops will be on the ground in Gaza. Meanwhile, Israeli activists from the far-right group Order 9 blocked the Nitzana border crossing all day on Friday, not letting any trucks through. They insist no aid must be sent to Gaza until all the hostages are released.
Ukraine and Russia have both reported a series of overnight drone attacks. Russian forces deployed artillery in the Donetsk region, killing at least 1 man. On the other side, Ukraine shot down 12 Shahed drones out of 15 launched by Russia overnight in and around the same region, Ukraine's armed forces reported. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed a significant drone attack allegedly targeting the Rostov region. A total of 47 drones were reportedly downed early on Saturday morning across 4 regions. The strike allegedly damaged an aircraft carrier plant. The UK Ministry of Defense, in its latest intelligence update, reports that it is likely that Russia's refining capacity has been temporarily reduced by multiple Ukrainian drone attacks on refineries across the country.
The US Embassy in Moscow warned Americans in a security alert posted on its website late on the 7th of March of an imminent threat of attacks on large gatherings in the Russian capital in the next 2 days. Quote, the embassy is monitoring reports that extremists have imminent plans to target large gatherings in Moscow to include concerts, and US citizens should be advised to avoid large gatherings over the next 48 hours. Latvian and UK foreign ministries echoed the warning, with the UK embassy to Russia advising British nationals against all travel to Russia. The warning was issued several hours after Russia's Federal Security Service said it neutralized an Islamic State terrorist cell that had been preparing an attack on synagogues in Moscow. The US Embassy in Russia gave no further details about the nature of the threat, but said people should avoid concerts and crowds and be aware of their surroundings. It is unclear if the 2 statements by the US Embassy and by Russian FSB are linked.
The city of Frankfurt will illuminate its pedestrian zones for the first time to mark the Islamic holy month of Ramadan from Sunday night. Crescent moons, stars and lanterns, as well as the words Happy Ramadan, will light up Frankfurt's pedestrianised Grossbockenheimer Strasse. Frankfurt has taken inspiration from London, which illuminated Piccadilly Circus with Ramadan lights last year. Ramadan begins next Monday the 11th or Tuesday the 12th of March, depending on the sighting of the new moon, and lasts until the 9th of April. The UN Security Council adopted a resolution on Friday urging parties in Sudan to immediately establish a ceasefire over the holy month of Ramadan. 14 Security Council members supported the UK-drafted resolution, whilst the 15th, Russia, abstained. Sudan plunged into chaos in April when fighting broke out between Sudan's military and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary in the streets of the capital Khartoum. Thousands of ethnic African civilians have been killed in brutal attacks by the Arab-dominated Rapid Support Forces.